into the online broadcast network, AfterBuzz TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your number one source for after-show entertainment. AfterBuzz TV, the destination for TV superfans, producing after shows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows, interviewing celebrities and showrunners, and bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Hello and welcome to another episode of Chatting with Cathy right here on AfterBuzz TV. And today's guest career is on the ups in the U.S., but he is from down under. Josh Thomas, thank you so much for being here today.
AfterBuzz. I'm working on my American accent.
Oh, we have to hear it.
After. Make them laugh. No, I can't do it. It's not for me. I can't do it.
I love hearing Australians talk too, so you could just talk all day and I'd be happy with that.
I don't have an Australian accent. They get really annoyed at me in my country.
I mean, it's clearly not an American accent. Yeah.
It's another accent.
Where do you think that's from then?
I don't know.
You don't know?
It's just a weird accent, but in Australia they get really upset because they think it's like culturally bad of me to like not have the accent, but it's not my fault. I didn't like trying to talk like this.
Yeah.
They get upset.
Yeah.
But you guys don't give a shit.
We still think it sounds cool regardless, so we'll take it either way. But we want to talk about your show, Please Like Me.
Yeah.
It's on Pivot here in the US and then ABC back in Australia.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about that in a little bit. First off, on this show, we bring it back to the very beginning. Mm-hmm. You were born in Queensland.
Oh wow, the very beginning.
The very, very beginning. But what was family life like growing up?
I was born in like central Queensland,
okay.
which Queensland is like our Texas.
Yeah.
So they got me out of there, right? Because like they looked at me as like a baby and was like a choice. They could like raise me as a girl or like move to a city. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we moved to Brisbane.
Okay.
It's like a city. It was fine.
Yeah. Did you like it?
It's just like a nothing city. I mean, I always thought it was fine until I left, and then I realized that like cities can have stuff happening in them.
Yeah.
You know?
Which city do you prefer in Australia?
In Australia? Well, I live in Melbourne.
Okay.
And I got to pick.
You did?
You know, when I left Brisbane, I could pick anything. So I picked Melbourne. Melbourne is like, it's like a bit cooler.
Yeah.
You know?
I've been to Sydney before.
Yeah, and Sydney's like shinier. It's like got like beaches and like muscles. And Melbourne has like art and black clothes.
Black clothes.
Yeah.
So it's like New York City.
Yeah, but that's like a very like that's a big statement, isn't it? Because New York is like really good, and Melbourne's fine.
Melbourne's fine.
Yeah.
I want to go to Melbourne.
You should go.
Yeah.
I mean, don't. It's a bad place to go on holiday for America. It's like far away. It's expensive. It's so freaking expensive in Australia because
it takes 24 hours to get there.
It takes 14 hours from LA. That's what I'll do tomorrow.
Basically feels like 24 hours if you end up playing.
Yeah, feels like a long time. And it's just really because our economy is doing really well.
Yeah.
And you guys, it's fine. But if you go from the country going fine to our country that's doing like we're killing it, you know, then it's like a bad holiday.
Yeah, because everything's so expensive for us.
Everything's so expensive. I love coming here. I just eat all the sushi. It's like going to McDonald's, same price.
So you have been in the U.S. now or working, I guess, here for 6 weeks.
Yeah.
What do you like about it? What do you hate about it? I want to know.
What do I like about America?
Just, like being here.
I like that I can really like hear them and they're very polite.
You think everyone in America is polite?
Americans are polite, but Americans don't think they're polite. But that's, I guess, just them being polite.
Maybe they're just really nice to you.
No, I see them like I was walking down the street and there's like a lady walking, like an older lady, like bags, and this guy like stopped and she was like, "Do you need a hand?" And he's like, "Do you need a hand?" People don't do that in other countries. They don't like stop and offer you a hand.
Maybe we are really nice.
No, it's really nice, but no one here seems to believe it.
Yeah.
What else do I like about him? I really like the ridiculous choices you make with food. It's just not, it's like unreasonable.
Like what?
Once I had a toasted cheese sandwich with macaroni and cheese in the sandwich. And they just handed that to me like that was like a reasonable choice to make, to just fill the bread with the carbs.
There is a burger that I know of that instead of buns, they had fried mac and cheese, like layers.
I mean, it's genius.
Yeah.
You guys clearly hate yourself. It's like this.
It's
like,
so delicious.
incredibly
No.
intricate self-harm. But I respect you for it. Such massive slices of cake.
Yeah.
Whenever you order cake, they bring it out, and then it's like huge, and then me and my Australian friends always go like, "Whoa!" But everyone else is just like, "Why are these freaks reacting to the cake? Because you guys just think that's how much cake you deserve. You just think you deserve that much cake.
I had a really massive piece of cake this weekend too.
It's too much cake. Nobody, and it's not.
Never enough cake. You want your cake and then you can eat it too.
Yeah.
So you can have like half of it for later or something.
You'd never finish it.
Yeah.
But you know, whatever. We're the first world, so fuck them. I'm not allowed to swear, am I?
You can swear if you
It's the
want.
internet, right? I'm allowed
Yeah.
to swear.
So let's go back to Australia. Growing up, you have 2 siblings, right?
Yeah, I have an older brother and an older sister.
Yeah.
He's
So-
gay as well. Whatever. I don't know why I always bring that up. Like, that's the first thing I say. Like, that's the most interesting thing about him. He has his own life
What do
going
they
on
do?
that doesn't involve.
Are they involved in the industry as well, or
No. My brother's studying psychology.
Okay.
Sure. And my sister, she is a mum.
Okay.
She's like, well, she had a job, but now she has a baby.
Yeah.
And that's what she's doing.
So you're an uncle.
I'm an uncle. I'm going back tomorrow to go to my niece's christening.
Really?
But I don't think they really want me there because my sister's not religious, but her husband's family is really religious, and I'm an atheist homosexual.
Okay.
So I think they think I'm kind of like ruining the christening. I'm like soiling it a little bit. Do you know what I mean? With my gay atheism, but it's my niece.
I know.
You know what I mean?
You should be there.
I get to be there.
She's totally gonna remember it too.
She's not gonna care. I just want to see my grandma because my grandma moved to back to central Queensland. She moved away and then she moved back there to a nursing home.
Yeah.
And it's a nightmare to go visit her. So I'm gonna go and visit her while she's down for my sister's christening because she'll die soon. Because that's what happens with old people. So I have to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good reason to go.
Yeah. To see my grandma before she dies. I think it's one of the most noble reasons you could do anything. Yeah.
So, I mean, just growing up, what got you involved in comedy originally? I mean, when did you realize that you were funny?
I don't know if I can even believe it yet.
Really?
Yeah, but I started doing stand-up when I was 17.
Okay.
So it's not like kids that are 17, they don't make good decisions. You know, you make bad choices when you're 17. So I just didn't think it through, and then I started doing stand-up, and then it went quite well.
Yeah. I heard that your parents tried to convince you to do something other than
My dad
being a
kept trying to
comedian.
find backup careers, right?
Yeah.
He kept trying to find backup careers, and for years, I was on this show in Australia. It was the #1 rating show, right? It was this stupid comedy show, and I've been on it for 2 years, and he kept coming up with backup plans.
He wanted you to join the military.
It wanted me to join the military.
doctor.
There was this big one. He said maybe you can join the army part time because it's part time. He says so, and they're quite flexible.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, so they're probably not flexible enough for my shooting schedule and my national tour.
Yeah.
You know. And then there's one day he suggested I sat him down. And I said, Dad, I earn more money than you. You need to come to
How
terms
did
with
he
the fact
take
that
that?
it's fine.
Oh my
But he just couldn't believe. He's just so nervous the whole time that I was gonna lose my job.
Well, that is one of the things with being a comedian or any part of the industry is that
Yeah.
it's very in flux.
It's up and
you
down.
Never know.
But I was doing fine.
He's being a protective dad.
He's being an idiot. Being what's been a protective dad? He's trying to send me to the military. He wants me to get shot in the face. That's not a protective dad. That's just someone that's worried about what kind of nursing home they're gonna be in when I grow up. You know?
Yeah. Exactly. But I mean, you did start doing comedy when you were 17 and you won a very prestigious award, the Melbourne International Comedy Festival's Raw Comedy Award. You're the youngest winner of that ever.
Yeah.
So that's a big deal.
Yeah. Well, it's an amateur comedy competition, so it's for new comics.
Yeah.
So it's the funniest person that's not actually that funny.
But
Do
you
know
were
what
the funniest of all of them.
I was the funniest of all of them, and there were like 800 people or something.
Yeah.
But they all suck. That's the point. It's the competition for people that aren't very good. Mm-hmm. It's an amateur comedy competition, but I won it. And I'd never done a gig before. It was my first gig.
That's a big deal.
But then after that, I was awful. But I just had this like one good gig.
How do you think that you became better then? Was it
You just do it. You get up there and you like tell the stupid jokes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and hope they don't realize.
You've said before too that like you had, or not that you had a struggle doing it, but writing more jokes, like writing new jokes was something that, I don't know,
Yeah,
you didn't want to do.
Did I say that?
Yeah, I watched an interview that you did a couple years ago, and you're like, yeah, it's always like not my favorite to come up with new.
Yeah, it's the worst. What happens in Australia is you do a new show every year.
Yeah.
So it's like slightly different. Stand-up here is slightly different.
Yeah.
So you do like a new tour every year, and I'll do the tour, and then like you spend like 6 months writing it. It's really hard. It's hard, you know, to say things that
To
are
come
like
up with something
funny
funny.
that people haven't heard before, that they also like get, that they understand.
Mm-hmm.
And then you do the tour, and at the beginning it's not that good, and then you do it for like 6 months. You get to the end and the show's really good, but then you have to like put it in the bin and start again, and
Yeah.
no one ever sees it again. It just disappears.
People will listen to it again.
No, it's not recorded. It's a live show, so like we've recorded one of them, but I hated it. So
You never
like,
released it.
we released it, but it's like it's crap.
Oh.
And like now I don't want it because like it was like in that part of my life it was like what was going on, and it was like
Yeah.
interesting. I thought then. But then, like, in a year, it, like, expires. It's, like, boring.
I'm sure there are other people that still find it funny.
I'm sure there's some people. I'm sure they do.
You're your own worst critic.
I'm my own worst critic. I hope so.
So how did you
I'm not my own worst critic, by the way.
You're
should
not?
you should see my inbox on my Facebook.
So how did you transition from, you know, being a comedian that was touring to being on TV shows?
They just asked me.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just called. But Australia doesn't have that many people. So it's not like here. So like here I've been doing general meetings, which is where you just go to meet people, but without anything to
Yeah.
talk
Whether
about.
they work for a network or
So
a
there'd be, like-
production company or whatever it is.
Yeah, like a casting person and some production companies and a few like heads of networks and things and stuff, right? Just with nothing. I've got a job
Yeah.
but you just like just go and say hi because you have to make friends, you know, because
I
there's so
think
many people.
People outside the industry don't really understand what a
I don't
general
understand
meeting
it.
is.
Outside your country, I don't understand it. It was the stupidest thing I've ever. I did like 6 of them.
Yeah.
They were like important people. Do you know what I mean? And then we just sat down on the couch, and I was like, "Hello." And they were like, so we've been told that you're like really busy and you don't really have any ideas. Like, no, yeah, that was like, we had to make sure they knew before the meeting. But I was like, I have to do this show. I write every episode, and that's going for at least another year. And I was like, yeah. So then it's like, they just chat about my dog. We just chat about my dog.
You just become friends with them so that if there's ever an open
Yeah.
position or opportunity, they give it to you.
They'll think about me.
Yeah.
I just don't know how successful I was at that.
I'm sure you did great. Do you think that you've gotten more publicity because of people like Chris Lilly, who has successfully transitioned into the U.S. audience?
He never comes up. You think he would,
Really?
right? You think he would be like,
Yeah.
no, Lena Dunham comes up. Every
Really?
interview I ever do, Lena Dunham, but
Just because
Chris
you
Lilly.
guys both created your own shows? Or, and they're
don't know,
similar
we
to
get
your life?
compared a lot. I think
Yeah.
just because we're young, that's it, really.
Okay.
We're young and we're not like models and we're on television, I think. And Chris Lilly never comes up.
You would think it would.
You think it would, but we're very different, me and him. Like, he does like different stuff.
I would just assume because
He would
we're
do-
American, that's an
That's what you
Australian
would-
that we know. That's funny.
Who's that rapper? She keeps coming up.
Iggy Azalea.
So fancy. Like, he
I see the
asks-
similarities.
You ask me what I think about Iggy Azalea? I don't think anything about Iggy Azalea. What do you mean? I didn't even know she was Australian. Who cares?
I'm trying to think of famous Australians now. There's
So what do you guys think of
Russell Crowe.
Beyonce, yeah. Beyonce.
I'm Beyonce. Did you not know that?
Are you Beyonce?
I get a lot of comparisons to Beyonce.
Congratulations.
But yeah, like I feel like that transition from, they say that the American market is the hardest to break into
Yeah.
in terms of the industry. So there are some successful Australians who have done it, like the Hemsworth brothers most recently.
Yeah.
You smirked at that.
Because when I was in Mexico, but this isn't an interesting story, it was just funny to me.
I want to hear it.
I was in Mexico and I was like booking a tour or something and talking to this lady. She said, where are you from? I said, Australia. And she said, Chris Hemsworth, right? But I didn't, you know what she was doing? She was making me an on-fire coffee cocktail. It was incredible. It was magic. She said Chris Hemsworth, and I didn't understand her, sort of because of her accent, and also sort of because I just didn't expect Chris Hemsworth to come up.
Yeah.
So I spent 5 minutes saying pardon. She's like trying to say Chris Hemsworth more clearly, and it got to the end, and she just loves Chris Hemsworth.
Okay.
She's like Chris Hemsworth's biggest fan.
And she thinks that you know him, or how did that come up?
That was it. It was like Australia, and she's like Chris Hemsworth. Like her eyes lit up, and she was like Chris Hemsworth, and I was like, pardon? And that went for 7 minutes, and then I realized she just said Chris Hemsworth, and then I said, what do you think about his brother? She hated him. Not interested. Waste of time. That's why I just giggled when you said Hemsworth brothers, because I thought about that lady in Mexico sitting down at the moment with her collage of Chris Hemsworth in like a little scrapbook.
So he successfully transitioned into Mexico.
Huge in Mexico.
As well.
Massive.
What do you think of that transition, though? Like, why do you think that it's so difficult? You're clearly, I mean, in it right now, so it seems like you'll...
There's so many Australians doing it, though.
You think?
Like Nicole Kidman. I mean, we wouldn't employ her in our country if it wasn't for you. Do you know what I mean?
Naomi Watts.
Naomi Watts.
She's really good.
You said Russell Crowe. I don't know, all these... A lot of people.
Lord.
She's from New Zealand.
Oh.
I knew you were about to say Lord. She's from New Zealand, which isn't the same as my country. But it's like something me naming like Justin Bieber. Because he's Canadian.
He's Canadian, yeah.
Yeah, he's not from your country.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry. I apologize.
It's all right. I don't care. I'm not like really sensitive about Lord.
Hugh Jackman.
Hugh Jackman.
Just got that from the back.
We're just listing
He's
famous Australians now.
Yes. That can be the rest of our interview, going back and forth.
Yeah, I think that's it, though. You have like a few formats. A few TV formats. You buy something about TV format.
What do you think of Crystal Lily's shows? Because we have just recently gotten a lot of them. What?
Yeah, I really like Summer Heights High.
Yeah.
I don't love Jonah.
And then Jamae.
And then Jamae is alright.
Yeah.
They're good. They're not as good as Summer Heights High. That's a shame.
Summer Heights High was
Make
like
something
the
incredible,
tops.
and then you know.
I still think they're fun.
What do you do?
But yeah.
Yeah.
So your show, Please Like Me, how did you, I mean, I know that it's loosely based off of your life. The character's name is Josh. But how did you come up with that concept or want to create it?
That's it. You just told me how. We just made a show based on my life, and that was like the end of that was the concept. I didn't have that many ideas.
Yeah.
Do you know, I didn't have like some like fantasy dragon story up my sleeve.
Did you think that it would achieve that level of success that it has?
No, we didn't think anyone would watch it. But I think when you make television in Australia, you don't really think people are going to watch it.
Really?
It's like you make it for like just for fun. It's like you just gotta make it for yourself. I think. Yeah, because there's not that many people there.
Yeah.
And it's like government funded. So you're making like government funded television, and then
but people are enjoying it.
They're liking it. Yeah. But we didn't really like. I didn't necessarily expect them to. I hoped they would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are some other TV shows in Australia that we should watch as Americans?
Coming out of Australia?
Yeah.
Oh, we mostly just have like The Voice and
Voice.
Big Brother.
I know you have The Australian Bachelor.
And we have The Australian Bachelor. Have you seen that?
Yeah, I actually have seen a couple episodes.
Of the latest one or the last season?
The last season.
He was better. The latest one wasn't that good.
Oh.
He wasn't pretty, you know? I wouldn't. I'll tell you a story, but I can't. Anyway. Sorry.
So, TV shows in Australia that we should watch? Nothing? Nothing comes to mind?
No, there's lots of good stuff. You know, Australia makes a lot of like really Australia-centric. Like they're really like Australia-centric.
Yeah.
Like they're really like...
What are you watching right now?
Like you guys did a version of Kath and Kim. Did you ever see that?
No, I haven't.
And that was like this Australian show that was like really Aussie, and like and then they like reformatted it. But like I felt like it was fun if you're Australian and you like get it as like an Australian like cultural thing. We make a lot of comedy like that. I'm not watching anything. That's what you asked
Really?
me. Yeah, I've got to start. But I've been making the show and writing, and I try not to, like, get influenced by the other people's ideas.
I mean, when you are so busy writing the show, starring in it, doing all these general meetings, when you do have free time, what do you like to do?
I bake.
You bake?
Yeah.
Really?
That's why I'm looking forward to going home as well. I'm going to really cook this weekend.
What kind of stuff?
I say bake, but bake small cakes, and I don't really make cakes. It just
Really big slices of cake?
Yeah. I make like slow cooked meat things.
Okay.
Or like I have like a barbecue outside that I like slowly smoke things in.
Oh, that sounds
Which is
good.
a big thing in America, but in Australia people don't do that. So it's
Yeah.
like witchcraft. You know, because
That
they've never.
tastes delicious.
It's delicious. They've like never had it before because like quite big, you know, like in Texas or whatever. That's why
Yeah.
I watch like YouTube videos of like Texans and their barbecues, and I learn how to use my barbecue. That's what I do in my spare time, and then cook some meat.
Yeah.
That's good, right?
Yeah. That sounds great.
Yeah, that's what I do in my spare time.
But no cakes.
Well, I like making cakes, but I don't want to be like fat.
Yeah.
You know, and if you make a cake, then
I
you'll
make
eat
cupcakes a lot.
You'll eat a cake.
Are you saying I'm fat?
Do you eat them all?
Yes. Oh my
Really?
gosh. Yeah.
So skinny.
Work out.
I don't like you for a little while. For a little while, I'm not going to like you. There's nothing I can do about it.
So we'll move on.
How much
from that
do you
topic
work
then.
out? I work out.
You work out?
Yeah.
I work out. Well, in LA, like you hike a lot. You're just very outdoorsy. So I feel like it's a lifestyle.
I have
thing.
an LA personal trainer, and he's really beautiful. I
Really?
really like him.
Yeah?
He always has trouble with his penis. Just always got, it's a nightmare for him. I don't know. It's got something going on. He's just constantly adjusting his penis.
Oh.
Every session for the whole time.
That's weird.
Oh, I love it. I love him. Hey, good Joe. God, I hope he doesn't hear that.
So, other than cooking and working out in your spare time, is there anything else you like to do?
Just like
Hang out with your dog?
hang out with my dog, get like smashed, full maggoted. Do you say that here? Maggoted?
No.
That's Australian.
Let's say, what was the term for bathroom? The one suite or?
The ensuite.
Ensuite.
Ensuite. It's French. You guys aren't good with, you don't like French things. Like you say entree instead of main course. That really annoys me because it's not. It
We
means
say
the,
French fries.
It means the first course, and they're not French. And you know what I saw? I don't know. Maybe like I was in Vegas.
Yeah.
And you guys have like the Arc de Triomphe, like a mini Arc de Triomphe there. And then over the Arc de Triomphe at the moment, they have this big ad for Gordon Ramsay's like burger restaurant or something. The Arc de Triomphe is a war memorial. Could you imagine if someone did a replica American
I
War
know.
Memorial in another country and put a big ad for a burger joint on it? I'd be so upset.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably.
But they just don't realize. They just think it's like a pretty roundabout. But it's not, it's a war memorial. It's a tribute to like dead soldiers.
Yeah.
With this massive
I mean,
Gordon Ramsay. I mean, that's
Vegas isn't the classiest.
No.
So
I
if
loved Vegas,
anywhere
though.
in America's gonna do it, I feel like
They'll do it.
they will.
I feel like you guys don't really like the French that much, though.
I do.
thing.
I think France is gorgeous.
Yeah,
Have
I
you,
love
you've
France.
been, right?
Yeah.
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 It's incredible. So
Because it's a war memorial. You can't
know.
put an ad on it.
I know. Favorite comedians? I know you get that question a lot, but
I don't know. I haven't like watched them. I used to be like obsessed when I was like a teenager until when I was like 21. Like my life was stand-up comedy. That's all I ever did. And then like I finished it. Mm-hmm. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I watched so much. I was like, I've had enough. So I don't. And people keep telling me people I should watch now, and I haven't. I've just got no idea.
really?
Like I've never seen Louis do anything, which is insane for a stand-up comedian to not have seen him do anything. It's insane.
Have you had any other successful comedians tell you that they watched you and you didn't know who they were?
No, I'm not for comedians, I don't think.
Okay.
I'm not like a comedian's comic.
You don't think so?
No.
Okay.
I don't know. I can't imagine.
Yeah. So these are just more of the fun questions. One of my favorite questions to ask, have you ever Googled yourself?
No, I have, yeah, but I stopped. But what happened was, so my dad, right?
Yeah.
I got, I got on this TV show. I hadn't been on TV very much, and it was really big in Australia. We don't really know why. And I was like new to the TV. And when you're like new, people like on the internet just like to like make up their mind about you.
Yeah.
And I Googled myself once and then stopped because it's like a really damaging, awful thing to do. Occasionally I read things by accident and they're not nice. If my son was that ugly, I would kill myself too. That's one of them recently. It's pretty wild, right? And so I stopped, but my dad, he didn't stop. And then he kept like just telling me awful things he would read on Google because he was like so worried about it.
Yeah.
So he was like, I read this thing, you gotta be careful out there. They want to bash you. Josh, you gotta be careful out there. They want to bash you. I was reading on the internet, they want to bash you. I was like, Dad, you're meant to just like, you can just keep that to yourself. You don't need to tell me.
I know.
You know?
But those people writing those comments, I feel like are always the first people to come over to you and ask for your autograph, you know?
Do you think so?
Oh my gosh, I'm sure.
I don't know. They're just insane. Like they're just crazy people.
Yeah.
Which is fine, but I wouldn't actively search for it.
Yeah. Take every internet comment with a grain of salt.
Well, I don't care anymore. Like if
Yeah.
I read something mean, I wouldn't be like. Some people like send it to you. The other day, someone sent me a message telling me, he said, "You AIDS spreading faggot, go kill yourself." That's what he said.
How do you deal with that?
He just
Like you just brush it off, or?
He wrote that, and then a month earlier another thing like similar, and then I wrote back to him. I said, "I wish you would write more often." He hasn't replied yet because I think it's just every 2 months he sends a message. So we'll wait. His Facebook is the scariest thing I've ever seen in my life. It was properly deranged.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, but the worst is when you read something mean and it's from someone that you like sort of like. When it's from someone that you think is like you think their opinion is good,
being, yeah.
and then it's like, maybe they're right.
Yeah.
But that guy was just insane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there anyone that you have worked with that you just like would love to work with again, or that was kind of like a cool moment for you?
I just like work with my friends.
Yeah.
On the show. Like Tom in the show is like my best friend in real life. We've known each other since we were 12. And Hannah, who's in season 2, she's a really good friend of mine.
I know you've worked with your siblings before, right? Not on Please Like Me.
My brother was a guest on that dumb panel show I was on.
Yeah.
But he didn't. It wasn't like work. He was like on as my brother.
Okay.
Yeah. We did like 2 family episodes.
Yeah.
Where when my grandma came on, and when my brother.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was cute.
Who in the industry have you not worked with yet that you would like to work with?
Zac Efron.
Yeah. Why is that?
No, I actually don't think. Is he that cute anymore? Do we like him still?
I remember specifically at the MTV Movie Awards this past year, he took off a shirt and everyone went crazy.
But that's like, having a good body is like, whatever. So you eat a lot of Brussels sprouts, you know? Like, it's not, like having a good face is what, you know? Lots of boys have good, but his face is not that fun anymore.
Who's hotter than him then?
It's a good question. Now we're having fun. You know, I was really annoyed. I really like Hunter Parrish. And I did this show on Pivot called Take Part Live. And it's like their nightly chat show.
Yeah.
And I was on like the night before Hunter Parrish. And I just don't know why they wouldn't put me on the same one.
Maybe they were scared.
Maybe they were scared. No, what am I going to do to Hunter Parrish? Just charm the pants off him.
Probably.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably what was going to happen.
And then it would turn into a whole different show.
Who's cute now? I feel like there's like a drought.
Yeah.
For like that style of like small like kind of fey. Like.
I don't know. Once both of the Ryans got married, Ryan Gosling, Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
Downhill.
We're out now.
George Clooney's married.
Yeah. Maybe I
Everyone's
should start
married.
going to the gym and step in. A lot of time in the gym.
You have a great trainer, so
Good gym. Yeah.
spend more time there. So, moving forward, what do you hope to accomplish in both your career and your life? That's such a general, broad question, but
What I hope to accomplish?
yeah, what do you want to? I mean, I
What do
know
you
that
want
like
to
you've had
accomplish?
such a successful career thus far, but
No, I just, you know.
keep doing the show.
Yeah, do the show for a little while.
Yeah.
Hang out. What do you want to accomplish?
I would love to continue hosting and interviewing people.
You would have been great in these general meetings. You really answered the questions. I didn't nail them. No, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just keep doing what you're doing.
Just try not to fuck it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That works.
Yeah.
That's all any of us can hope for.
Yeah.
So, any other roles you'd like to play? Like, would you want to ever step away from the writing side and just do someone
Acting?
else's? Yeah.
Yeah, I've never acted like not as me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So is that something you would consider or against it?
I would consider it if I thought I could do it. But you heard my American accent. I'm not like a character genius. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't have that much. I don't know. I got sent a script to play a soldier, actually, a few months ago.
Your dad's dream.
My dad's dream. He would have been so happy. But I said no.
Oh.
Because I had to do like a 1920s Cockney, like Australian accent. Yeah.
How are your other accents?
Not good.
Oh.
They're all just this. They're all this bit louder, basically. just turn the volume up, but don't change any.
Wait, we have to hear the American accent one more time.
No, I have to have like a thing to copy.
Yeah.
But you don't sound that American. No,
I don't?
You do.
Yeah.
But not that like super like. Anyway, I can't do it.
Okay.
I don't want to do it.
Okay. I won't make you do it.
Laugh. What? Why do you? Welcome to America.
Nailed it.
Nailed it. Sign me up.
I'd hire you to play any American. So lastly, just tell us why you think that everyone should watch Please Like Me.
I don't necessarily think they should. I would like it if they did. Mm-hmm. And I think it's like quite a good show for like some people would really like it.
I think it's funny. It's relatable.
It's relatable. It's funny. Yeah.
I'm pitching it for you.
But I don't think everyone should watch it. You know?
Mm-hmm. If you like it.
Yeah, some people should. Maybe it'd be nice. Is that too? I don't know. I get worried in America that you're meant to be like more like confident and bolshy and like really sell. Like Americans really sell. You know? Mm-hmm. But in Australia, you're not really meant to do that. You're meant to like.
Why do you think that is?
It's just manners to like not compliment yourself.
Oh.
In my country, you're not allowed.
You think we're too cocky?
No, I really like it actually.
Oh.
I really like when I go to parties and people introduce themselves and then like they just tell me everything that's good about them without me asking. I genuinely really like it. Like they'll just tell me like this is where I work, this long I've been doing it, before I was there, I was here. They'll tell me like a little thing about like what's good about their private life.
And you're like, I just asked for a drink.
I just said, how's it going? They really answer the question. They really like tell you how it's going, and they tell you but only the good bits, which I really like.
Yeah.
In Australia, it's different. You'd say like, how's it going? And they would just like tell you everything that was wrong. Yeah. If they had like gout or something, they'd bring that up. You know? But not here.
Do a lot of Australians have gout?
I don't know. I've not done a survey. No.
So this brings us to our shameless plug section. I've had so much fun talking to you. Yeah, I know. But just like give us everything, your Twitter, Instagram, all the above.
My Twitter is JoshThomas87, as is my Instagram, as is my Snapchat.
You Snapchat?
Well, I never sent one in my life, but
really?
People send me them sometimes.
Oh,
my favorite.
You should do them.
People get drunk and send them, and they're like always. It's just so embarrassing.
Yeah.
And then I'm like waking up on Sunday morning and going through and just giving them all read receipts. Just watch this. Just watch this.
So you never Snapchat? You never do like your story?
No, I never.
I just got into it.
Really?
Yeah.
I never sent one of myself.
You should do it. Do it right now.
I just I send them to my boyfriend sometimes.
Yeah.
But just of like, so he can see what I'm doing.
Yeah.
That's cute, I guess.
That's really cute. You could like Snapchat your dog when you get home.
The other day I opened my Snapchat at the hairdresser and this guy had sent me a picture of his penis, right? Not someone I knew, just unsolicited, which is fine, whatever. It's not like who cares? It's just it's like a disembodied penis. You need like a face or a personality for a penis to be interesting. Just a random picture of a penis, it's not a good time. But it doesn't. I'm not like offended by it, but it hadn't happened for like a few months.
Yeah.
So I pressed on it once, and this penis came up, and I was like, oh god, I'm at the hairdresser. So I like took my thumb off really quickly, and then like, the next one, there's a penis again. So that hairdresser just thinks that's my life. He just thinks I'm constantly showered in pictures of penises, when actually it was 2 in about a year. That was it. Snapchat
That was
and
a
Instagram.
great story.
Snapchat and
So Snapchat, Instagram, Josh Thomas 87.
My Twitter.
Twitter, yeah.
I don't
Same
really.
thing.
What else is there to plug? Got nothing.
What else do you want us to know? Watch
The show.
Please Like Me on Pivot TV.
It's on Pivot. If you don't get Pivot, some people don't, then you can get it on iTunes. It's really cheap on iTunes. The whole first season's like $4. It's
Good
really
deal.
cheap.
It's a good deal.
I'm never buying a house here.
You should watch it.
Yeah. Never affording a house here. $4 a season. To sell a lot.
Well, Josh, thank you so much for coming in. You were so much fun. Make sure to subscribe to Chatting with Cathy on iTunes. Subscribe to all of our shows. Just type in AfterBuzz TV in the little iTunes box. You can follow all of us here at AfterBuzz TV on Twitter and Instagram. You can follow me on Twitter at Catherine Kelley and on Instagram at Cathy Kelley. Again, Josh, thank you so much for coming in. I hope you have the best next 24 hours in the U.S. and enjoy everything back home.
Yeah, thanks. Nice to meet you.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.